What's up, YouTube? Back for another awesome, incredible video. I switched from the winter coat vibe back to the Eddie Bauer as the season lights up. But this video is titled My Journey as an Empath, Discerning Energies and Emotions. Now, why am I making this video today? This is in response to a comment someone had, number one, about not believing in energy. So the first thing that I want to share with you is if you don't believe in energies, spirits, demons, anything like that, what I'm going to be talking about specifically is emotion. So use the word emotion. I use the word energy, and that's how I relate to this subject. But emotion, discerning my emotions versus the emotions of others. What emotions am I picking up? Now, I'm going to revert to energy because that's how I talk. And this is my channel, so I'm going to talk how I want to talk. But I wanted to preface that so that you can understand and at least get, so that this can relate to your own perspective. And then I'm not talking about some woo-woo spiritual stuff that you don't believe in, okay? This is going to be psychological stuff, okay? So what I'm going to talk about today is how I would discern my perception. Is this energy coming from me, or is this coming from another person, the person I'm interacting with or in the vicinity of? So you will get answered the question, is this, how do I discern? How do you discern? How can you discern if you're an empath yourself? How can you discern? And how do I personally discern? Okay, so you will leave this video knowing that. I'm going to tell you what to do and what not to do. Now, if you haven't been on my channel before, I freestyle all my videos. There's no script. Now, I just started taking notes just so I can communicate clearly with you guys, because another individual had commented that this individual was unclear of the point that I was making. So I want to clearly and effectively communicate the points that I'm sharing with you guys, so that with you in mind, so that you understand what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking because this is my awesome channel that I talk about me on. I do talk about me on this, so there's no hiding that. But I want to communicate effectively with empathy and understand where you guys are coming from, so that you guys can understand the information and you can relate this to your own life, and you can use this to benefit yourself and achieve the things that you'd like to in life. Now, your comments help me grow this channel and guide the direction of this channel. So you commenting, your questions, your confusions, your hate comments, all of that helps, is taken into perspective to deliver the greatest video that I possibly can. Now, another thing that I'm going to ask you guys to help me with is one thing I've become aware of when I speak. I use the word a lot, and it drives me nuts when I listen to the video. If it drives you nuts, please comment. You're making me insane with using the word I would like somebody to count the times that I use the word in every one of my videos, so I can bring that number down, and as I grow as an individual, we can eventually get that number to 0. Is just a filler word. We're going to get rid of that. All right? So, how do I discern? How do I discern whether energy is coming from me or from another person? Now, if you haven't watched the video prior to this, My Journey as an Empath, how I protect my energy, there's some additional context that you may need from that video, but I'm just going to make this straight to the point with you guys. And I'll provide a little context here, what an empath is, and I'm using this term as a descriptive term. I'm not saying that empath objectively exists or anything like that. I'm just saying this is my personal experience and my perception of reality. So you can believe it, you cannot believe it. Whatever you want to do with this information. I'm not coming on here and saying this is absolutely true, you need to believe this. This is just my personal experience in life, okay? So humans connect through stories. I'm telling you mine and what I learned and what I do. And you can use that information to help your life, to help you become the best version of yourself, or you can choose to use that to call me crazy and say this guy is stupid in the comments. If you'd like to, you can also start your own YouTube channel specifically designed for hating on me. So you have my permission to do that if you'd like to do that. And I think you should, because you should create something instead of being a consumer all your life. All right, so discerning my emotions versus others. So what I was talking about is I'll be walking in public or something. I'll feel like an energy on somebody. And I'm aware that maybe I'm not having this energy. Or why do I feel fear when I'm around this person? Why do I feel lust when I'm around this person? Why do I feel anxiety when I'm around this person? Why do I feel confusion when I'm around this person? Okay? So number one, these emotions that I'm feeling is an opportunity to connect with another human being. This experience is an opportunity to connect with another human being. So anytime we have emotions, it's an opportunity to connect in a healthy way with another human being. If you'd like to learn about emotions, there's this book called Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. I do not own this book. I've read it partially. It is a really long book, very detailed, but I would recommend that if that's a topic you're interested in. So what am I doing? I'm talking about discerning emotions, okay? So I may feel a certain way around someone. Maybe I feel anxiety, okay? I feel anxiety around this person. Maybe I feel like this person does not like me. Or this person, maybe I don't feel good enough for this person. Okay? There's this video on YouTube, and I laughed. It was a YouTube short, and it was a husband talking to his wife, and he's like, honey, no matter what I do, I just don't think that anything I can do can please you. And I laughed out loud at this video because it was just so funny to me, and I shouldn't be laughing at this guy. But I'm using him to make a point here, okay? In the video, his wife goes, "You feel that way? I feel like no matter what I do, nothing I do pleases you." And this interaction, which is a real human experience that I just find hilarious. If you don't feel the same way, that's totally fine. Just the way he initiated that. But the reality is we're talking about communication. So how do I discern if my emotions is my perception correct? Does this person actually does this person actually feel that way? Did his wife actually feel that he was not good enough for her, or that she was not good enough for him? No. Okay? In that specific scenario, their perception was incorrect. So my perception of this person doesn't like me, this person's experiencing lust, I may be experiencing lust when I'm around this person. I may be experiencing anxiety around this person. How do I discern if it's me versus them? Is it coming from them? Is this something that they feel? Or is this something that I feel? There's two ways. Number one, initiate an interaction. Okay? Now, let me preface. Let's just say I feel that this person hates me. I had a roommate one time who felt that I disliked him. What I was doing at the time was trying to be my best self. He wanted to just play video games and drink and things like that, and that is a part of his journey. There's nothing negative. I see nothing negative in him. I did not dislike him. I, to this day, am still friends with him. He's a valuable person. He's my friend. And whether he decides to continue drinking or not, that does not... I'm still his friend, okay? He can make his own decisions, and I'm still his friend. But he aggressively approached me in the living room and accused me of basically not wanting to associate with him anymore, okay? And he had been drinking, okay? So he accused me of not wanting to associate with him anymore very aggressively, that I basically wasn't good enough, or he wasn't good enough to hang out with. Like I thought I was better than him because what I wanted to do was be healthy and read books and things like that and not play video games and drink anymore. So at some point we take these deviations in our paths, okay? We can still love them, they can still be part of our life, but I wanted to go a different path. I was engaging in those activities, getting chopped with him every day. We were getting high every single day, playing some video games. I decided I didn't want to do that anymore, okay? And that just wasn't the direction I wanted to head. The results that I wanted in life were not attained by doing those things. Okay, so he aggressively approached me. So he did the right thing. He initiated an interaction. All right, so that was good. And fortunately for him, I was able to see his perspective and understand. So there was no relationship ruined there. The relationship was strengthened. So if all else fails, initiate an interaction, okay? But I want to give you some guidance on how to do that with our people skills so that we don't ruin relationships and hurt people and accuse them of things that are not the case, okay? So he was feeling maybe an energy, maybe an emotion of, this guy doesn't like me. This guy is too good for me. Maybe he felt not good enough. Maybe he was dealing with self-esteem or identity issues, okay? And by initiating an interaction, he was able to get his question answered. We had an honest and authentic conversation, and I shared my perspective that I wasn't ignoring him. I was just really busy trying to do my best to be the best version of myself. It had nothing to do with him, okay? Now, initiating an interaction. Boom. That's what you do. Now, how do we initiate the interaction properly? Number one, patience, okay? When we have an emotion, anger, lust, greed, the Bible sometimes would describe, and I don't know if there's an actual verse for this, but basically God's timing is perfect, And God doesn't need you to act now, okay? That's a concept from the Bible. If you don't believe in the Bible, that's fine. This is just a teaching moment. We're using a object to teach, just like how I use high status colognes like Sauvage, Artistry Unknown, John Varvatos. This is my favorite bottle just from the artistic aspect, okay? High status colognes that I personally wear. So that is just a prop I'm using, okay? So what the Bible is talking about is when you, and there's probably a proverb about this, but acting in haste is bad. Waiting, okay, so he who waits upon the Lord will be renewed with new strength, or something like that, okay? So when you wait upon the Lord as a concept, we wait upon divine timing, God, source energy, whatever you want to call that, Allah, whatever you want to call that thing. When you wait on that timing, when you involve God into the picture becomes clearer, okay? So patience versus haste. Patience, waiting on God, waiting for the right moment. Wu Wei, going with the flow. That's from the Tao Te Ching, Wu Wei. And I may be pronouncing that wrong, but Wu Wei is what I'm calling it. Effortless action, okay? So if I'm forcing something, that is not a good thing. Not a good thing, okay? So if I'm forcing it, like, I need to tell you something, I may say things that are incorrect or wrong. Now, I had an experience at an individual's house recently, and I'm going to tell you about what I did that may have been right or wrong. I initiated an interaction, but I did not wait, because that may have been the only time I was ever going to see him, and this conversation needed to be had, and it's better to do something wrong than nothing at all in some cases. I'm not going to say that's always the case, but what I did was I did something that may or may not have been right or wrong, but I at least did something, okay? And we were able to mend the relationship and have a further conversation about what I did later. But there was a really oppressive energy in his house. I was there doing electrical work with my dad, all right? I was completely convinced that there was like a demonic stronghold or something in this guy's house. There was an energy. No one was in the house except me or my dad. I've never experienced anything like this before. It's not in my house. It's not at my parents' house. It's not at my friends' houses. It was in this specific house. There was like this weight, this energy that was like pressing down on me and trying to choke me out and make me submit, is how I was perceiving this. And I'm like in there for like 10 minutes and I'm like, oh my God. All right, I got to say something. All right, Dad, there is some weird energy going on. There's something really weird going on in this house, Dad. And he immediately is like, dude, I know, I hate this house. It gives me the creeps. There is something seriously messed up going on in this house. It feels like lust. I didn't feel lust. I felt like it was trying to suppress my masculine energy and make me submit and be scared and fearful, okay? And I don't want to be like that. So I'm in the house. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking submit, okay? I am like going full sociopath at this point. This shit is irritating me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this house, okay? My dad's like, dude, you cannot be saying this stuff in this client's house. He's got cameras in here. I said, I hope he fucking hears me. I need to tell him what's going on in his house, okay? Now, the homeowner came home. I've never met this guy before. He pulls up. It just so happened that divinely timed, my dad was like, yo, grab this tool out of the car. So I go out. This guy pulls up. I'm like, I shake his hand. I'm like, yo, I got to tell you something. Hey, my name is Nick. What's your name? Whatever. Okay. Hey, there's some really weird energy going on in your house. And I just start letting him have it. And I wasn't trying to demonize him. I was just from my perspective, telling him what I'm perceiving, okay? I don't even want to be in this guy's house, okay? This is not a good experience for me. I feel very oppressed in this house. I don't feel like I have a free spirit. I feel like some energy in this house is trying to prevent me from being myself and trying to make me feel afraid and shame, okay? That's what I was experiencing. And I was able to have this conversation with him, and he was kind of taken aback. And I realized that I had irritated him by making this comment, okay? And the way I presented it, full sociopath. Hey, dude, there's some weird fucking energy in your house, dude. I gotta let you know about this, okay? I want to be honest with people and authentic with people, but we gotta use people skills. And words that are seasoned with salt, speak the truth with love are two things the Bible says, okay? So, I perceived that he was slightly, now he was very calm, but that's not a way you should meet somebody, okay? I've never met him before, and that's how I started the interaction. I don't give a fuck, all right? But anyways, I then perceived, I used my empathy and my people skills to realize this guy may be feeling a certain way, and I said, look, here's the deal, man. And I used status alignment. This dude was a Christian. I said, look, I believe the Bible. I believe in Jesus, all this stuff. I'm telling you what I perceive in your house because I care about you. And I brought my tone down and spoke with better people skills. And we were able to, have a better, honest, authentic conversation about this situation. Now, I referred to his wife. I thought the energy. So what happened was, I saw a picture of him and his wife, and they were not home. But I perceive this energy must be coming from his wife, because in this picture that they had in their front porch, or right when you walk in the front door, in the picture, his eyes were normal, but his wife had cat eyes in the picture. And I'm like, dude, what on earth? And I'm like, okay, why does his wife have cat eyes? I'm associating these strong emotions with this picture, okay? So I'm like, this woman, and I may have said this bitch to my dad, is coming from the bitch with the orange hair, or the woman with the orange hair, is what I said, being authentic. Now, here's what happened. I felt bad about referring to his wife that way, so I texted his pastor, and we had an authentic conversation, me, him, and the pastor, and resolved our issues. And honestly, I think a genuine friendship was formed. I felt like I needed to apologize, and he said, man, I really had this feeling like something didn't sit right about that situation. Like, man, did I do something wrong? And so I was able to just share what I was feeling authentically and honestly with him. And I think a genuine friendship was formed after that. And it built a stronger relationship with that pastor of the church. Now, I don't go to church or anything like that. But this is my personal experience of what I'm telling you about how to discern my emotions versus others, and experiences that I'm having and what I did, okay? Now, patience is what I would preach. I just want to tie this back. Patience is what I would preach, okay? Now, I could have been patient. My emotions were stirred up. I needed to let something out, okay? That would have been the wrong thing. I could have transmuted my energy differently and spoke in a nicer way to him. But thankfully for the grace of God or the universe was able to correct my issue. So when I make a bad video and somebody comments something bad, that's the universe correcting my issue, and I can make a better video that explains, because I'm not perfect. I'm just a human being. I'm not like a prophet from God. I'm not a special person. I am just somebody who reads a lot of books and has a lot of human experiences, and I want to share them with you. And the reason I share them with you is because I want you to know about them. I want these to help you. I love helping people. It's not necessarily just helping people. I don't have like this, I need to help you vibe. I don't feel like I need to save you. I just think that YouTube videos have helped me a lot, and I've learned a lot from them and people's perspective. Humans connect through stories. I'm telling you my story. Now, I'm also doing this. I'm very authentic with you guys. I'm doing this because if you watch my very first video, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That's where I came from. That's where I started. You can see why I started the YouTube channel in that one. And I want to bring up my video about transmuting your energy, because I incorrectly transmuted my energy into telling him something instead of maybe calming myself down or stepping away from the situation first. Okay? Now, this is all my perspective. I'm not saying demons, angels exist. I'm just saying this is what I perceived, and this is what I did. All right? Now, being authentic, one of the other reasons why I'm making YouTube videos here is because I would like to increase my income. So I am an affiliate partner with the Amazon Corporation, okay? So I'm actually going to put... Now, this Eddie Bauer jacket exactly isn't on there, but this is a really nice jacket, and I think it's real nice. Now, it may be a little dirty or something. I'm not sure. It looks pretty clean to me. I just washed it recently, and I did wear it yesterday, though. But Eddie Bauer, really nice, high-quality brand. I really like it. I'm going to put a similar one in the comments on my Amazon affiliate link. And I'm also going to include the John Varvatos cologne and the Sauvage Dior cologne, because I could make a commission if you buy it from the link. So I'm making these YouTube videos because I want to use the information that I have and transmute it into income by helping people. That's my mission statement. Buy Sauvage Dior. I'm going to tell you about these 3 colognes real quick. Now, this is not a paid promotion. They didn't tell me to put these in here. Artistry unknown. I did not, no one paid me to put these in here. I have an Amazon affiliate link, and I have an Amway Corporation affiliate link, my own store with over 500 products. I think it's got 500. It has over 100. Some of them being Satinique shampoo on there. So when I talk about a product, what I want you to do is purchase it through one of the links in the description so I can earn a commission, okay? So I'll get more into those a little bit later, but I wanted to just bring that up, that these products are available. I don't care if you buy them or not. I don't care if you like cologne or wear shampoo. I actually do care if you use shampoo. I think you should use that. But I don't care if these scents aren't the best for you. That's totally fine. If you wanted to buy the shampoo or the Artistry cologne, there's an 180-day money-back guarantee on that. So that's totally fine if you don't want to buy that, though. But, so, let's get back into the actual topic here. Patience and transmuting our energy, okay? So, what I was talking about earlier is that God doesn't need you to act right now, okay? You are involved in God's purpose and plan as it goes along, and you are able to interact and butterfly effect, change the realities of other people. Through your voice, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Through your voice, through your actions, you are created in the image of God. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are created for greatness, and you are uniquely designed for a very specific purpose or destiny that God created you for. You can read about that in the Bible. Now, what do I want to talk about? I want to revert back to the patience thing. We don't need to act right away. Haste is bad, according to the Bible. Patience is good, okay? So sometimes we need to act right now, like saving a drowning person, okay? saving a drowning person. We need to act right now. Giving CPR right now. We need to act right now. But with interactions with people, we don't always have to act right now, okay? We can observe the situation, okay? And when we observe the situation, it gives us more clarity, okay? Maybe that person's energy was off, not because they dislike me, but because they're just having a bad day, all right? I had an experience with a female that I was romantically involved with, and I felt like she was ignoring me one day, and I said, hey, did I do anything wrong? I noticed that you seem kind of cold today, whatever I said. It turned out she was irritated with something with her mom, that maybe she had a fight with her mom or something, okay? So it had nothing to do with me, but by telling her what I felt and having the interaction in a nice way using my people skills, we were able to kind of, get over that, and I was able to address my feelings. So we need to initiate an interaction, but we need to be patient with it, not act with haste, and we need to bring ourselves into a emotional state that is of clarity and a sound mind, okay? Especially if we're at work. You might end up in HR if you accuse somebody of something. Now, I've had experiences where I felt like they were intentionally trying to irritate me. And actually, I think they were, okay? I have enough evidence to say that they intentionally were trying to do that, okay? And I perceived that they were doing that. Now, I could get all irritated, but that's not what mentally strong people do. 13 things mentally strong people don't do. And it actually says right on the back, you can actually pause this if you'd like, see my beautiful face next to Amy Morin and see what they do. But one of the things where is it? Don't give away your power. So when somebody else's actions affect your emotions, you're giving away your power to them, okay? You're giving away your power. I think everyone should read this book, actually. And anytime I say everyone should do something, maybe everyone shouldn't, okay? But this book was pretty good, all right? I don't want to say everyone should read this book. But I'm going to put this in the comments because this is awesome. Honestly, all 13 of these points are pretty fucking fire. So I think you should read this book. In my humble but accurate expert YouTube opinion, okay? But they don't give away their power. So if that person actually was trying to irritate me, I could give away my power by having a fight with them. Guess what happens when you do that? HR. Or you get fired, or you end up in jail, okay? So we can't give away our power. If other people's actions and emotions are irritating you, that's not a problem with them, that's a problem with you. I'm going to say it again. If other people's actions and emotions are influencing you, you're giving away your power to them, that's not a problem with them, that's a problem with you. Now, if somebody physically hits you, that's a different thing. I'm just talking about if somebody says you're a loser and you believe it, you're giving them your power. You need to get your power from God instead, okay? God says you are fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. You are made in the image of God. You are a creator just like God. You have value. Read what Jesus says, okay? So we are getting our power from the truth, not from some random guy who's stupid, all right? 13 things mentally strong people don't do. Read this book. Buy it from the link in the description so I can get a little bit of commission if you see yourself doing that out of the goodness of your heart. But once again, if you don't want to buy it, that's totally fine. Anyways, back to the point here. We've initiated an interaction. We're patient about it. We're not giving away our power. And we're going to use our people skills. People skills. And let me use this book so you can get more on that. Now, I haven't read this book yet, but there's actually some good points in here. This is called Super Communicators. This is about people skills. We need to use people skills. Like I said before, this bottom shelf I have not read yet. So when I pull a book off the bottom shelf, I haven't read this book yet, okay? But what I want to share with you guys is there's 3 ways to communicate with people. Practical communication, what is this really about? Emotional, how do I feel? And social, who are we? Okay, who are you? Okay, so if you don't know what kind of conversation you're having, connection is hard. Okay, so this is one of the books. We need to use our people skills in order to communicate effectively with the people around us. Okay, so this is how we discern our emotions. So what I'm talking about, we are discerning our emotions. Okay, I'm having a feeling. Does this person feel the same way as I do? How do we do that? We initiate an interaction. We have patience. We bring our emotions, we leave our emotions out of it. We don't give away our power. And we create genuine human connection in this process. Now, while you're having genuine human connection, maybe intimate connection, I think that the females would like you having one of these scents, whichever one you like. Now, I'm going to give you a quick description of them. Sauvage, Dior. This is rated really well. I got this because women rated this because they said it was they were very attracted to this scent. This is going to be the strongest scent. You're only going to want to put like 1, maybe 2, and I'm going to recommend on the throat area, on your chest, right after the shower, and maybe 1 on your wrists, and you're going to rub it in on your wrists, okay? All right, that's how you're going to use that one. This one, these 2 are going to last like all day on your body, okay? This one's the most powerful. This one is the medium strength, but it has a very solid, unique, high status scent to that. And this one's going to be a little bit more on the ocean breeze side. So these ones maybe are a little bit more on the spicy side, I guess, is how I would describe. This one's a little sweet. I would say this one might be the darkest of the scents. This is going to be in the medium, and this is going to be the lightest one. This one's all 3 of these I wear. Now, for this one specifically, you have to put 1 on your fabric, okay? Maybe even with this one too. The scent lasts a lot longer on. If you do actually 1 on the fabric, maybe all of these you can, but if you put too much of this on, everyone's gonna smell it. This is very overpowering if you put like 2, 3 big squirts on. This one's not overpowering. This one is very light, okay? John Varvatos, and I'm gonna put those in the description, okay? So, clear and effective communication. All right, so I talked about that. We're just saying how I feel. This is direct. Hey, I'm going to give you the sentence to say, hey, I noticed I'm feeling a little anxiety when I'm around you, okay? How about you say that? Or if this is a romantic situation, just like that guy said, hey, I'm actually, hey, can I talk to you about something? I'm feeling a weird energy or a weird emotion when I'm around you. I'm feeling like anxiety I'm just getting the vibe that maybe you don't like me. I was just wondering if there was something that I did wrong. Now, we're not going to accuse anyone. We're always going to assume that we did something wrong. Not from a bad standpoint of I'm not good enough, but maybe you did something wrong. So we need to be self-aware of our own actions, okay? Maybe I did something wrong, okay? Maybe this person doesn't like me because I did something wrong. Now, when I was talking about the people that didn't like me, one of them specifically maybe was just feeling the energy because they were in a negative headspace that I didn't like that individual. Okay? Now, I have had conversations. I'm actually good friends with this individual now, but previously, I noticed that I really felt like this individual was intentionally trying to irritate me. And I just let him, I didn't give away my power. That's totally fine if he wants to do that. But ultimately, what I found was this individual had some internal things that they were dealing with that they needed to get free from. Okay? So it wasn't anything with me. I was completely kind to that individual in that scenario. But they realized that they did some self-reflection and realized that they were being negative, okay? And not experiencing joy in life. And this is a Buddhist principle of being too attached to things. This is what happens. Being too attached to things is a Buddhist principle. Basically, attachment leads to suffering. Okay, the Bible would say an idol, attachment in Buddhism is like an idol in the Bible. Worshipping a thing like this beautiful cologne over the creator of the universe. I'm so attached, like if this cologne, I can't have it anymore, like I can't be happy. That's unhealthy attachment. If I can't use this incredible Satinique, high status, high quality shampoo, my life is going to be ruined, okay? All right? That would be a very bad, that would be an idol. This Satinique shampoo from the Amway Corporation that you can get from my shop in the link, if I couldn't live without this, that would be considered an idol, or Buddhism would say an unhealthy attachment that would cause me suffering. Now, this thing no longer, if I hold on to that thing, it could be a person. I may be too attached to a person, okay? Now, if that thing is, if I'm too attached to it, it's ruining my joy. I'm unable to experience joy when I am too attached to that thing. And I'm using a mic here. I'm going to show you it. I got this new mic. Now, I just have it on here, so I want you guys to comment if the sound quality is good or not from your end. I would like to know so I can change the mic if I need to do that. But let's get back to the point here. Attachment. We're too attached to the result, okay? We're giving away our power, too attached to the result. And let's tie this all back in. So we're discerning our emotions, what to do, what not to do, okay? So what we do is we initiate an interaction. We are patient. We don't act out of haste. We don't give away our power. We don't let those people dictate our emotions. We be kind and loving to them, okay? Now, because I was those things, that person now realized that they had the individual who was, I felt like they were initially trying to irritate me, no longer behaves that way, okay? Because they realized they were dealing with some negativity, some unhealthy attachment maybe that they have. And you can learn about more in my Narcissists Are Death Stars video. It's a pretty awesome video that you can check out. But, so we're discerning the energy. I feel an emotion. Does this person feel the same way as I feel? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But how do we do it? We initiate an interaction. We have patience. maybe we don't need to initiate the interaction right away. Maybe we need to wait and see if any new information happens. Maybe that person had one bad day. Maybe that person had a bad month or a bad year or a bad 2 or 10 years. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. Doesn't mean you should hate them. They're created in the image of God. They're an awesome person. It doesn't mean that we should think negative about them or give them our power. Okay? We need to be the stronger person in control of our emotions and be kind to them. And you know what? When they come around, they'll come around when their time comes. And they may apologize. Maybe they don't. It doesn't matter if they apologize or not. What matters is that you're going to be there for them no matter what happens. Okay? You're going to be a good friend. Now, you don't need to pander to them. That would be unhealthy as well. I'm just doing my own thing, and you can be part of my life, part of my journey. You can buy some of my products and get me commission on Amazon or the Amway Corporation through my shop on there. Either one of those things are fine, but if you don't, if you want to watch my videos, if you don't want to watch the videos, if you want to support me financially, if you don't, all of that is completely fine. I am going to continue to make videos because I enjoy the process of making the videos, and I want to share what I have, and I want to share the books that I have, and I want to make these videos. I enjoy this process. These last 46 minutes and 27 seconds have been awesome. I've been really enjoying this experience. But that's kind of how I want to wrap it up. If you guys have any other questions today, let me know. Let me know in the comments if there's any confusion. And like I said, you guys are very important. And the things that you comment and the questions that you have are the fuel for the next videos. So you are an active and integral part of my success as an individual, as a business, and sharing the messages that I have. So I appreciate all of you. All of you are very valuable to me. I care about you. I care about the situations that you are going through. And I hope that my knowledge makes your life better. I want you to be a creator in this reality, in this life that we live. I want you to use the information. You need to be a taker and receive an information that I give you or that others give you. And then you need to process that internally and go do something with it and create. You could create art. You could create a book. You could create a cool new Lego set. Whatever you want to do. You could create music. You could create a business. You could create cooking stuff. You could create the greatest invention ever in all time, all of history that hasn't been created yet. You could create mini microphones or pens. Create something. Go create something. Go be somebody who creates. You only get one life. You only get one life, guys. Let's not waste our energy with negative emotions. I'm here to help you deal with those emotions so that you can achieve success and become the best version of yourself. Become the creator that you were created to be. Have an awesome day, guys.